Dear learners, I'm happy to meet you for this session again. We are going to look at separation of miscible liquid mixtures, and that is mainly by distillation. The miscible liquid mixtures, those ones are liquids that combine with each other completely without forming any distinct layer. They are also known as homogeneous mixtures, and they can be separated by simple distillation method or by the fractional distillation method. So briefly, what is distillation? Distillation is the process of heating a liquid to form a vapor and then cooling it back to form a liquid. Distillation is very important in separating substances which are miscible and also in their purification. During distillation, the solution is heated so that its liquid component boils and escapes as a vapor. The vapor is then cooled by running water and condensed into a liquid, which is now known as the distillate. To achieve even boiling and preventing too much bumping, which is frothing and bubbling in the flask, anti-bumping granules or boiling chips are added to the distilling flask containing the mixture. So below is the setup of a simple distillation apparatus. You can see we have the distillation flask. Attached to the distillation flask is the thermometer. It is supposed to record the temperature, and then the anti-bumping stones are supposed to prevent the liquid from bumping, from frothing to and fro. And then we also have the Liebig condenser, which allows water in and then hot water out. It means that the Liebig condenser will be used in cooling of the liquid, of the vapor, turning it into liquid, so that it can be able to, we can be able to collect it as a distillate in the liquid form. We should also note that the thermometer should not be below the position of the Liebig condenser outlet or the distilling flask outlet, so that it can only record the temperature of the vapor. The distillation apparatus can also be used to determine the boiling point of a liquid, as I have already said, and this is used by the thermometer. We can also have what we call fractional distillation. For example, if I want to separate a mixture of water and ethanol, those are two miscible liquids that have close but different boiling points. They are therefore separated by fractional distillation. We already know that pure water boils at 100 degrees Celsius, and ethanol, the boiling point is 78 degrees Celsius. So if I get a mixture of ethanol and water and put it in a boiling flask fitted with a fractionating column, in the fractionating column I put the glass beads. The use of the glass beads in the fractionating column is to increase the surface area for the effective separation of the vapors. The mixture is also heated up to 78 degrees Celsius. That is the temperature reading on the thermometer, until it becomes steady for some time. Ethanol vaporizes and ethanol vapor is condensed by cold water flowing in the condenser, forming a liquid. So it can be obtained as the first distillate. The liquid which is received is the first distillate, and that will be ethanol. If I'm interested in receiving also the water, will continue boiling. When it comes to 100 degrees, the water vapor will escape and it will be collected in the container. The use of the porcelain pieces which are added in the distilling flask is to enable the mixture to boil gently without bumping. So below is a setup of the fractional distillation apparatus, where we have a mixture of water and ethanol, and we're also putting the anti-bumping granules, then the fractionating column with glass beads to increase the surface area for the process of distillation, evaporation, Then we have the thermometer, which will read of the temperatures. We have the liquid condenser, which allows water in, cold water in, and then warm water out. And the main importance of the liquid condenser is to cool the vapor so that we can be able to obtain the distillate in the beaker as a liquid. So that is the simple apparatus of the fractional distillation. Yes, I want you to test yourself. What are the two main important conditions for fractional distillation to be used? What are the hazards of fractional distillation? What type of mixtures is fractional distillation used to separate? Then why does fractional distillation give better separation? Thank you. All the best.